But we have video of Tectone crying about his dad. So we're going to have a jolly old laugh at that. How much money it'd take for you to have sex with a dog that was magic and could consent with the capacity of a human? No way! No way! What? That's all he can think about. It's all on this. It's all this on this geriatric gooner's brain. He's saying now that he never looked into it. Does this sound like someone who's never looked into it?
You could do it.
You shouldn't feel bad for him at all. It is like, regardless of whether it's true, he's using it in a disgusting, manipulative way.
Turns out his dad, also a bald pervert. I didn't know. How am I supposed to know? It's not my fault.
Okay, so huge things happening right now, guys. Tectone is back in the spotlight for more allegations. Huge things happening.
Hey, Chatter, did you hear the news? It's reviews.
So, what exactly is going on? What exactly is happening? So, earlier this week, Tectone was temporarily banned from Twitch.tv for calling Frogan a fat bitch, I believe. Now, is this a particularly great reason to be banned from Twitch? No, probably not. No, probably not. There's pretty big double standard on a lot of this stuff. But after he was banned, he started having a little bit of a spurg out about quote-unquote terrorism support on Twitch. So, let's have a look. Tectone tweets, I'm genuinely considering full swapping to YouTube if this terrorist propaganda isn't punished harshly and immediately on Twitch. My father, my brothers, and our soldiers did not bleed, sacrifice, and die for this bullshit to be allowed and promoted on Twitch. This needs to change immediately. Now, obviously, key part here. My father and our soldiers. Now, this isn't the first time, as many will know, Tectone has invoked his father, invoked the troops. He spoke about Frogan's statements on veterans before, and done much of the same. You can see Hasanabi here replies, oh no, what will anyone do if the bald pervert leaves the Twitch platform for good? And then Tectone replies, why did you assume this was about you, buddy? Well, he didn't necessarily assume it was about him. Bit sure. Is this because you know you're pushing terrorist propaganda, which is directly against TOS? Kind of weird, big guy. You're breaking TOS. It sounds like you're a bald pervert. Tectone's like, that's against TOS. So, where does it go from here? Well, first, Hassan takes a few more shots at Tectone on his stream.
It's actually way worse. Free speech warriors, when they see something, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that I'm sorry that I think lolly is gross. I know. I know that hurts your feelings. Didn't Tectone do some sexual assault or something? I think so, yeah. I haven't really kept up.
That's so awesome. Read off the chat message. Non-committal response. I think the guy's like a total rapist. Yeah, I think that guy raped that girl. I haven't really kept up with it. I think he raped her, though. She has actually come out and said, one of the two girls that accused him, has come out and said that she is still working with police. It's a slow process, and that people are assuming that she's doing nothing, but that's not true. She said that last night, so...
Dudes are siding with Tectone. Let them, bro. That's, you know, if you want to go down that route, it's not gonna be good for you, you know?
Okay, so very much implying that Tectone could be guilty there. Wow. Well, who would ever imply that Tectone could be guilty of rape? Who would ever do that? Certainly not me at any point on any live streams. Many times. So, where's the next tweet? Yeah, so this is the next tweet. Another Yeet post. Hassan is zeroing in on Tectone right now. Specifically Tectone's dad for alleged previous sexual harassment in the army. Bald rapist himself. It's familial obligation over there. So you'll notice that in this Yeet tweet, he has not editorialized it in a way that makes Hassan look insane or dumb. Because he recognizes that Hassan might be about to win. So when you see a Yeet tweet like this that isn't editorialized in a way, it's like, Hassan brutally crashes out and says that innocent civilians should be raped. Like, if it's not editorialized like that by Yeet, you know it's probably a Hassan W. You know it's probably a Hassan W. So let's take a look.
Yeah.
What's Hassan got to say about
Tectone's
dad here?
I think it's pretty crazy. Oh, here's the. I think this was what I saw. Yeah, this is what I saw on the timeline.
The biggest photo you see is of Colonel Michael Robertson. He was convicted of 14 accounts of sexual assault. He only served 90 days in jail and paid a $30,000 fine.
Bro, that is the craziest. I mean, it's not even a milkshake duck style situation because it's like for a milkshake duck to occur, like this needs to be a beloved figure and not a bald rapist himself, right? But what was hilarious about this, situation is like, I didn't know anything about his dad, you know? Literally, where is this reference? You posted, come in with the receipts posted, bro. So where did this reference happen? Do you think this person will change their perspective about this guy? Hokai Impact 3rd, got to be the best game. Australia, motherfucker. Yeah, like what? Why would you invite people looking for this information? It's so crazy. Okay, I investigated by myself, and there's a person with the same name, rank, and similar age to Tectone's dad, and he was indeed found guilty of 14 counts of sexual harassment. It definitely wasn't his dad. His dad served in the late 80s, the early 90s. Anything after that, he probably wasn't active and was a reserve. Plus, I know people like Casey, blah, blah, blah. He literally references his dad as Iron Mike, which was also the nickname explicitly referenced in the trial of Michael Robertson. It's pretty obviously his father-in-law. It's not a surprise considering the history of sexual abuse that runs in the family. Like, this man has, I guess, epigenetic memories of rape. He had to do it, you know? He just couldn't. He couldn't stop himself because it's just like, it's a familial obligation over here.
The epigenetic rape memories.
Said,
Let's go.
Colonel on the podcast, Colonel Michael Robertson, Lamau. In the video, he literally said he served in Vietnam. The same Colonel Michael Robertson in the assault trial who served, guess where? Vietnam, Lem Fao. I think it's Tectone. Your father was a literal terrorist. Asmon's father was a Vietnam invader. Both of you don't have the right to call anyone terrorist. Okay, listen, Asmon dad is good in my book, okay? He is a liberal.
Bro's going after my 75-year-old cancer-ridden dad because of an alleged sexual harassment claim. Dude, it's so crazy. My poor dying dad who raped people in the military. Because of an alleged sexual harassment claim from 17 years ago when I was 15 years old. Dude. Just one, guys. An alleged sexual harassment claim. It's so wild. He is such a pathetic, dishonest fuck. Like, you got caught, buddy. You got caught. You've been parading your dad around as this, guys, look, I care about the military because my dad, look at what our troops are doing. When your dad was a total piece of shit who was sexually harassing people in the army, sexually harassing subordinates in the army. And you're claiming to care about the troops when he was making their lives miserable. No, we will get to the Mama Max video. Absolutely, the Mama Max video will be covered. 100%. Just not today. So, what's next? Well, Hassan comes back with this. They got your dad's sex crimes in the congressional record, man. Why are you still chirping?
Today, I would like to tell the story of one of the 8% that were prosecuted. The story of Colonel Michael Robertson, who commanded Fort Bliss's 31st Combat Support Hospital at Camp Dwyer, a military base and airfield in the Helmand River Valley in Afghanistan. Last week, Colonel Robertson was convicted by a military judge of 14
You ain't
charges,
feel bad or nothing?
including having pornography on his government computer, sexually harassing 3 women, and assaulting 5 women. 8 women that served under his command
let's hear that. What's the claim? What's the claim?
Charges, including having pornography on his government computer, sexually harassing 3 women, and assaulting 5 women.
So, sexually harassing 3 women and assaulting 5 women.
8 women that served under his command testified at great cost to their careers and their privacy. Colonel Robertson routinely touched them without permission on their breasts, thighs, and buttocks, and encouraged them to look at pornography computer. Some testified the harassment occurred daily. Sadly, the military careers of these 8 women who bravely did the right thing are almost assuredly destroyed. A major who filed a claim against Robertson said, quote, "I don't know if my career was in jeopardy for doing the right thing. Who in the Corps who supported you is going to trust you in the future?" Unquote. Despite repeated warnings, Colonel Robertson also emailed pornography to friends and female subordinates. A lieutenant colonel who was the chief nurse under Robertson's command said his command style split the staff and created a toxic environment. What makes the defense's answer to all these actions? That all of these jokes and the touching were attempts to boost morale.
Dude.
How much more outrageous must the excuse become before we do something about it? So what is the punishment for someone in the military convicted of 14 counts of assault?
So how was he held accountable? How is so what's that? 14 counts, she said there.
So what is the punishment for someone in the military convicted of 14 counts of assaulting and harassing his subordinates?
So 14 counts of assault and harassment combined. So 8 victims, 14 charges.
Who was assigned to protect? Is he sent to prison for being a predator? Is he stripped of his standing in the military? Oh, no. Colonel Robertson was ordered to pay a $30,000 fine over 3 months and spent 3 months in prison. Colonel Robertson will retire from the Army when he finishes his sentence. His conviction won't affect his Army retirement or his federal health insurance. And he will not be required to register as a sex offender.
You don't hate troops enough. You don't hate troops enough. You don't hate. However much you hate troops, it's not enough. So it's just absurd that Tectone was trying to bring up his dad, knowing all this shit was waiting behind him. So, Tectone responds, "We're going after dads now? Take him to the next Diddy party and brothel visit. Not gonna lie, man. Ethan's obliterated your mental. Get help." So I notice no one's crying about how this is evil gaslighting. Evil gaslighting. Evil, disgusting gaslighting when Tectone does it. Yet they'll all fucking bitch and cry when people do it to Ethan, won't they? No one's crying about this, though. Take him to the next Diddy party. I mean, didn't Tectone wasn't his response to this to do a podcast with Dan? Not that Dan ever went to a Diddy party, but he did receive some investment from Diddy in one of his companies. Just a very bad faith way of framing it that can obviously be done to Tectone and his associates too. So, and then he says, "Here's your dad, brother." And then he posts, I'm sure everyone knows who Hassan's dad is at this point. Leftist Hassan Piker is the son of Turkish billionaire Mehmet Buket Piker, who co-founded the Future Party, right-wing neo-Ottoman, with former PM of Turkey, Ahmet Davutoglu, don't know how to fucking say these names, who personally negotiated the release of Sinwar, leader of Hamas, who orchestrated the October 7th attack. So, I mean, everyone, I think most people know this stuff. Well, this is like, the sort of these negotiations, I think is like gay. Okay, well, he negotiated the release of a prisoner who later did a bad thing. Okay, I don't care. Your dad was raping. Your dad was raping, Tectone. Your dad was out there raping, and you've got credible allegations Not necessarily proven, but credible allegations against you. So, this is not looking good, buddy. It ain't looking good. So, what else have we got here? Where's the rest of this? Is there any more on Twitter, or is it just onto the... No, so we now have... And I am certain this time, because I've been given accurate, reliable, on-the-ground reporting from Bug Squander that there are tears in this video that we're about to watch, guys. I know I said the other day Pirate Software was going to cry. I was wrong. I believed a random chatter. However, Bug Squander has informed me that we have video of Tectone crying about his dad. Just today. Apparently he got on stream and he fucking cried about it. So we're going to have a jolly old laugh at that. Now, where is the Tectone before and after clip? I need that one first. Yes, here we are. Alright, just one more clip before we get into this. Tectone talking about his father's sexual assaults before there was proof versus after he was exposed. So let's see, how was he presenting this recently? And then we'll go watch the long video.
You could do it. Your father went to jail for the same rape shit. Oh, really? Wait, tell me more, man. Tell me more. What else? Who'd my dad rape? Oh, by the way, Jonas at St. Thomas, I deal with people like this on a daily basis, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yep. Who? 5 women in the military accuse your father of rape. Really? That's crazy. You think so?
He was, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was convicted of it.
What else? You want to talk about my dead granddad too? That's the part where we usually go. We usually go from the dad and then we bring up the dead grandfather. Do we want to talk about my grandfather?
Wait, was he a rapist too? Look, that's not looking good. That's not looking good.
Oh. That's why he went to jail discussing vote. Really, man? That's interesting. How do you know so much? How are you so all-knowing, man? Tell me more things that I don't know.
Very cocky, Tectone. Very cocky. Let's see if you keep that energy. Let's see if you keep that energy in your longer live stream in which you are forced to discuss at length your father's sexual assault claims. And he's got the Gate Asmongold music on because he's a desperate skinwalker. He's got no personality of his own. And he's aped Asmongold to get desperate to get his success in the gacha community. We know. Yep, you're a skinwalker. We know. You're a reptile. Who knows what else you do?
Why don't I see YouTube? Where the fuck are they? Where are my beautiful YouTube chatters? What is going on? I will say, we're streaming on Twitch for about an hour, and then I'm going to ask everybody to hop over to YouTube. I'm going to ask everybody to hop over to YouTube because we're going to be talking to band streamer Dan Saltman, which I'm very excited about. Yep, I'll be talking with Dan Saltman and Nux Taku. You'll never guess what we're going to talk about, guys. Yeah, you'll never guess what we're going to talk about.
Lolly? Age of consent? How much money it'd take for you to have sex with a dog that was magic and could consent with the capacity of a human?
It's going to be great. It's going to be a very, very, very good stream. Yep, but yeah, that's what we're doing. And yeah, good morning, guys. Give me 1 second to set everything up. And then hopefully we'll be good to go. Let me just do this. Yep, and then I got to do this. And then I got to do this. Did any of my mods plug me on Discord yet? Did any of my mods plug me on Discord? Okay, let's see. Do this, do this. Here. I need my YouTube stream. And then let's type, that has done in the past, Hassan. Your ass still went to a brothel?
Okay. Dude, here we go. The cope starts. Let's go.
My dad's a military sex pest? Oh, yeah, we're talking about all that, man. We're talking about all that. It's been great. It's been really cool. Yep. You know what it is? Whenever Hassan...
If Tectone really wanted to pull out a banger, he'd go, "You fucked Paris Jackson when she was 17.
His brain mentally fucked by Ethan's cock. He's got to make shit weird as fuck. So yeah, we're going to talk about it. Yeah, we're going to talk about my dad today. We are. We're going to talk about him. It's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun. And you know what's crazy? Is that no matter what my dad has done in the past, Hassan, your ass still went to a brothel that got raided and found people that were sex trafficked, and you admitted that you went to a Diddy party. So trust me, as much as you want to use me to get an easy W...
Pretty sure that brothel was cleared of sex trafficking. Pretty sure they actually won a lawsuit against the state for mentioning sex trafficking in regards to that raid, because it was actually for tax evasion.
After Ethan fucked you in your ass, that still doesn't make you a terrorist. That doesn't not make you a terrorist supporting cunt. It doesn't. It doesn't. But yeah, man, good job going after somebody's dad. I actually found out a lot about it. I found out a lot of new information about my dad over the last 24 hours. It's been a little weird. It's been a little fucking weird, I'm not gonna lie. But we're gonna talk about all of it. Yep, we're gonna talk about absolutely everything. Cool. All right. So, I'm not even gonna stall this at all. Yeah. Bro is legit going after someone so much smaller because he's freed up. Oh, I'm not gonna use this whole, oh, Hassan's a bigger CC than me. I don't care. Like, I understand it's like a free sympathy card, but like, I'm not the guy to take the free sympathy card. I mean, I didn't even read Hassan's article. Maybe I will today. But yeah, he made things incredibly weird and incredibly personal.
He made things incredibly weird. Dude, why can people bring up their dad as a fucking point in arguments? Constantly refer to their dad. The moment you say, wait, but isn't your dad a rapist? You're the bad guy. But my dad, the troops. Wait, but isn't your dad like a rapist who raped troops? Oh, why are you coming after my dad? My dad's got cancer. Shut up, dude. Come on.
He did. I know a lot of people want to draw parallels of, well, you called Frogan fat, and you said the truth about Hassan, so let's just go ahead and talk about... I mean, I guess we'll have to talk about Hassan's family now too, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about everything. I'm never really a guy that shies away from controversy whatsoever. But yeah, shall we begin? So first off, good morning, guys. First of all, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, what's crazy is, you know, when Hassan started talking about my dad, and he saw that article, usually I think he would have denied rapes because he's used to doing that, but I guess he went all in this time.
Oh, yeah, which rapes did Hassan deny? I would love to hear Tectone pick through that talking point. I would love to hear Tectone try and substantiate the idea that Hassan denies rapes. I would love to see him argue that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Tectone trying to pick through the argument that Hassan denies rapes? Imagine him stumbling his way through that. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, really straight.
Well, he said here that even if rapes did happen, it wouldn't change the dynamic. He's denying rapes.
So let's talk about it. Why are you looking fancy? Oh, because I'm doing a podcast on YouTube. It's a big day. Plus, I wanted to dress up a little bit. So first of all, how are we all doing? We doing good? We doing good? Or what's good? What's good? Good. What about GTA 6? True. We got to react to that trailer as well. GTA 6. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Great. Awesome. Missed you on YouTube, Teggy? Well, that's insane because I've uploaded. Okay, you don't get to say that. There's a lot of things that you can say towards me, but you don't get to say.
Yeah, do you think? Wait. So let me get this straight. So Tectone is a guy that has been accused of abusing women. And Tectone knows that when you're on camera, people gotta pick everything apart. And yet, he's choosing to wear a vest called a wife beater. Isn't that kind of interesting that he's doing that? I mean, I don't want to say it's a dog whistle, because I don't like jump at everything and call it a dog whistle. But if I saw like a clip of him referring to this type of vest as a wife beater, I think I would be 100% sold.
Missed me on YouTube, and I'm going to show you demonstrably why that's an insane thing to say. So first of all, I upload 5 to 6 times every fucking day. All right, legit. I upload 5 to 6 times every day. I want to remind you this. In the past 1 week, we've uploaded 2, 7, 12, 17, 22, 27.
Yo, thank you for the raid, Ponscom. Thank you.
32, 37, 42, 47, 52 videos. All right, and these aren't short videos. These are long form content. And then on top of that, we've also streamed every single fucking day. Every single fucking day. And on top of that, we also post 2 shorts every single fucking day. So let's calm down with the We Missed You on YouTube day. We're here every day regardless. I've been playing the fuck out of Defiance that got re-released, man. They don't make them like they used to. I'll be real, I don't entirely know what Defiance is. So yeah.
Wait, dude, there's an episode of Tectone, of Asmongold and Tectone's podcast with Tectone's dad on it. Dude, and what's this? Oh my god, dude, this is a trove.
But anyway, so what are you guys talking about today?
Well, we were talking about dopamine addicted gaming. Asmongold got banned from Twitch.
What? There's no fucking way
So this was when Asmongold said that genocide was awesome, actually.
Asmongold got banned.
He did.
I'm deleting my account then. I mean, no Asmongold, no Mike.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I mean, golly, that's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's like saying you're going to make porn but not have the money shot.
No way! No way! What? Dude, he's literally accused of sending porn around the office and showing people porn in the wrong environments and shit. Oh my god. This is awesome.
He did.
I'm deleting my account then. I mean, no Asmongold, no Mike.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I mean, golly, that's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's like saying you're going to make porn but not have the money shot. It ain't porn if there ain't a money shot.
You want to know
All
why
he can
got
think
banned?
about is all on this. It's all this on this geriatric gooner's brain. All he can fucking think about is the fucking money shot.
Afraid to ask. It'll probably piss me off.
Yeah, nah, it's just he said Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero was a good game, so they banned his ass.
It's like making porn without the money shot. Next they won't be groping titties or anything. Next they won't be groping titties or wearing uniforms or anything.
But he said it was or was not.
Was a good game. That game's trash, but you know he had one bad take, so it is what it is.
Everyone's having free asthma.
Yeah. Hey, let's. Yeah, we got a free Asmongold, man. I mean, fuck.
Chat, he doesn't know the context.
Hey,
He does not know the context.
Here's what I do know. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Asmon.
Same.
Okay? I mean, that's why I'm here. And
Asmongold handed my son a career. Is that what this is?
I couldn't be happier.
Someone said fuck his son.
Chat, he doesn't know the context.
Bro.
Oh, man. Are we bad people for thinking this shit's mad funny? Like, I just think it's
No,
funny.
this shit's hilarious.
Fuck Hassan.
Oh no! No! Pretext given. Hassan, open fire. Tectone's geriatric dad shot first. Tectone's geriatric rapist dad did in fact shoot first. Hassan, open fire.
Okay, guys. Hey,
Hassan
boys,
a bitch.
it's been a great stream, boys.
Major fuck.
Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed
Self-defense
the stream.
situation.
I'll see y'all
Stop,
I'll see y'all next time.
That's all. What a find that clip was. What an awesome random find that clip was. Holy shit.
Just turn off the music here. And why don't we talk about what Hassan has done over the past 24 hours? This is a weird one, guys. This is a weird one. Yeah. So, first of all, I want to say thank you for being here. I hope you guys are going to enjoy the stream. I appreciate you following the stream, and I hope you're going to enjoy your time here. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you for following on Twitch. But yeah, I mean, Hassan has sunk to a new low today, and it is super interesting. So,
so it's when your dad says "fuck Hassan," it's all fine, it's all laughs. But when Hassan says "fuck you," you're a rapist, you're a convicted rapist, that's a problem.
Over the past 24 hours, I've said controversial things on the internet, such as a fat person is fat, support our troops, and terrorism is bad. Yep. I know. Yep, it's true. It's true. It's been. I mean, I'm gonna be real, guys, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna double down, guys. I'm gonna double down on that. Yep. I'm pivoting. I would even say I'm triple downing. Yeah, guys, I think we should support our troops, and I think terrorism is bad.
Wow.
Now, unfortunately,
brave.
Me saying that really.
Now, imagine if your dad had that same mindset of supporting troops. I suppose. I mean, no, I can't even think of a way to make it make sense. Your dad lied and said he was supporting troops. Your dad said I was trying to boost morale by sexually harassing and assaulting my troops. That's what your dad was saying, Tectone. What would you do in the name of supporting troops? Would you rape in the name of supporting troops too, Tectone?
It really, really rubbed. Famed Twitch streamer and Twitch golden boy, sponsored by Amazon, Hamas Diddy Osama bin Laden Adolf Piker, a.k.a. Hassanabi, made him very upset. Yeah, made him very, very, very upset. And clearly pleased Amazon and DJ Clancy. I bet they're just loving it. I bet it's been great seeing some guy say, I'm 10 toes down. I think the Houthi terrorists deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. Sure glad that's on Twitch, right? Yeah, oh man, it's so good. It's amazing. So I made him upset. We exchanged some jabs back and forth. He called me a bald pervert, gulp. Once again, I prefer the term bald gooner. And then Hassan starts going after my father. And I get very confused by this. Because me and my father have had a pretty bad past. I'm pretty open about this. My father's gone to prison. I'm very open about this. I'm very open about the traumas of my childhood. Well, all of them except like the one really big one that I try not to talk about. And I don't plan on talking about that today. I've talked about it once in the past, but I don't really feel like ever bringing it up again because I don't feel like getting emotional. So yeah, I mean, if anybody's surprised,
we don't care.
Yeah, my dad's gone to prison before. He has. Me and my father have had a pretty interesting past. Just to give you guys a little bit of lore, I guess in 2025, Hassan is so desperate to get a dunk on anybody after getting his butthole blasted by Ethan Klein relentlessly in front of his entire audience, just getting absolutely ass fucked by Ethan Klein. Who, I mean, it's insane, right? That he's going to go after a 16-year-old court case when I was 16 about my father that I myself never really looked into because why the fuck would I look into crimes that my father may or may not have committed?
What? What? I never looked into whether my dad was a rapist or not. I just never looked into it. What? He's convicted on 14 counts, you fucking retard. Where's the clip? Where's the clip again? Show me the clip again. Me sewing?
You could do it.
Me sewing?
Your father went to jail for the same rape shit. Oh, really? Wait, tell me more, man. Tell me more. What else? Who'd my dad rape? Oh, by the way, Genesis Santos, I deal with people like this on a daily basis, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yep. Who? 5 women in the military accuse your father of rape. Really? That's crazy. You think so? What else? You want to talk about my dead granddad too? That's the part where we usually go. We usually go from the dad and then we bring up the dead grandfather. Do we want to talk about my grandfather too or no? That's why he went to jail discussing vote. Really, man? That's interesting. How do you know so much? How are you so all-knowing, man? Tell me more things that I don't know.
Me
everyone
raping.
who
Me
entire
raping.
Audience is getting absolutely ass fucked by Ethan Klein. Who I mean, it's insane, right? That he's going to go after a 16-year-old court case when I was 16 about my father that I myself never really looked into, because why the fuck would I look into crimes that my father may or may not have committed?
I didn't even look into it, guys.
16-year-old boy really has the
I
responsibility
even look into
of
it.
doing. I don't think anybody wants to think that their parent is a horrific person. So I mean, you have one family, you're born with them. What are you going to do? Let's just go ahead and talk about my entire childhood history, huh? Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about my whole.
I got shit online, so now I'm going to trauma dump my entire childhood history in a desperate play for sympathy. So embarrassing, so blatant, so transparent. We just want to know about your rapist dad, Tectone. We don't want to know about your whole fucking childhood, buddy.
Good history. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's look at that. Yep. We're going to talk about my childhood, guys. Yep. Because my dad was convicted for sexual assault and sexual harassment back
14
in
counts.
2010, 2011. And now that that surfaced on the internet, even though I've already talked about it.
I remember 2010. I remember 2011. I remember what my parents were up to in 2010, 2011. I'm much younger than Tectone. Why is it so absurd to think that you would remember and have some idea what your parents were up to in 2010, 2011? Why does that feel like such a crazy long time ago? It's not really a crazy long time ago for 14 counts of sexual harassment and sexual assault, I don't think, personally.
This on my stream before. Not to the exact length, because I'm honestly surprised about how much worse it actually was than I originally anticipated. Apparently now that means that I'm a rapist. Yep. That's what Hassan is so desperate to call any of the people who he opposes a rapist. He's now saying, because this guy's your dad, that means that you're a rapist. Yep. I know. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense to you? Oh, well, your dad did this, which means you did that. What the fuck? Yeah, no, I mean this.
People are ripping on you because you've been accused of rape and your dad was charged with sexual assault, or convicted even, 14 counts of sexual harassment and assault. People are joking about the similarity there because there are credible accusations against you. No one thinks that just because one did it, the other did it. No one seriously thinks that just on that alone. But it's a funny happenstance. Maybe not even coincidence. You know, if it does turn out to be true about you, maybe there is something that's happening there where there's some attitude towards sex or women that's being instilled in your family that's a problem. I mean, I did just see a clip of your father ranting about pornography on your live stream, despite having been at one point indicted for sharing pornography around the office while he was in the military. So I can see there's clearly something going on in this guy's head. I don't know. Maybe that carried on to you. I don't know. I wouldn't assume guilt off of it, though. That's for sure.
Genuinely. Hassan went live on stream yesterday and said, I guess being a bald rapist is a requirement in your family tree. Can you show that clip?
Disgusting eating noises. Just like disgusting eating noises after he gets owned. Yeah, I'm totally not raped.
Sure. Let's pull it up, dude.
Pull up, dude.
So let's find it. And then we're gonna get into all my childhood trauma. This is gonna be so.
Now you're making me spill all my childhood trauma. Feel bad for me, everyone. Feel bad, dude. It's so bad. This is like a 36-year-old man.
Much fun.
I don't know how old this guy
is.
This
Gonna be
31 or something.
So here we go. Look, we're gonna play the clip in full, man, guys. Let's look at this guy. Let's look at the left.
Oh yeah, retarded Augie tweet. Augie has to say this, by the way. Hassan is a genuine piece of shit. Even if Tectone's dad is terrible, what point does that prove at all? Well, he claims he cares about troops and bangs on about how his dad's a troop all the time. He brings him up as a tool in debates and also has brought him on his stream. So it's totally open to attack. Totally open to being undermined. Why bring it up? Because he uses it as a weapon. It's totally irrelevant attack. It's not irrelevant. Totally irrelevant attack and just straight evil. But Augie has to say this because Salvo did an incredibly funny stream where he talked about having sex with Augie's mother and all sorts of crazy stuff while showing pictures of Augie's mum, and Augie was very upset about it afterwards. And that was fucking hilarious too. So, unfortunate.
The extreme left's hero. Yes, the pro-socialist.
Terrible, to
my
be fair.
God.
In that case, there wasn't really a justification for it. It was just like mean for the sake of being mean. So if you want to call that evil, you can. I think it's necessarily wrong because Augie chose to post a picture of his mother on like his Twitter, which is like just a fucking stupid move. It's like you can use the content that's put out publicly by the person ultimately. But yeah, it is different in nature. It wasn't relevant to a point being made.
God, let's listen to how great of a guy this guy is. I want you to look at how hard this guy's grasping at straws at any attempt to discredit me, that he's willing to go after my father.
I think it's pretty crazy. Oh, here's the. I think this was what I saw. Yeah, this is what I saw on the timeline.
The biggest photo you see is of Colonel Michael Robertson. He was convicted of 14 accounts of sexual assault. He only served 90 days in jail and paid a $30,000 fine.
Never seen that video before. Never seen it.
Bro, that is the craziest. I mean,
He's just never seen any of it. He just never looked into how much of a rapist his dad is. He just never even thought about it.
it's not even a milkshake duck style situation.
Hold up. The clip gets better. The clip gets better.
Like for a milkshake duck to occur, like this needs to be a beloved figure and not a bald rapist himself, right? But what was hilarious about this rapist himself occur, like this needs to be a beloved figure and not a bald rapist himself, right? But what was hilarious about this, situation is like, I didn't know anything about his dad, you know? Literally, where is this reference? You posted, come in with receipts posted, bro. So where did this reference happen? Do you think this person will change their perspective about this guy? Hawkeye Impact 3rd, gotta be the best game. Australia, motherfucker.
We'll let it keep going.
Yeah, like what? Why would you invite people looking for this information? It's so crazy. Okay, investigated by myself, and there's a person with the same name, rank, and similar age to Tectone's dad.
Let's keep going.
He was indeed found guilty of 14 counts of sexual harassment. It definitely wasn't his dad. His dad served in the late 80s.
Sorry,
the
14
early
counts
90s,
of sexual harassment and assault. I should be specific there. 14 counts of sexual harassment and assault.
Anything after that, he probably wasn't active and was a reserve. Plus, I know people like Casey, blah, blah, blah.
Let's keep going here.
This month. When / if that happens, how can I roll over my sub streak to
He literally
YouTube?
references his dad as Iron Mike, which was also the nickname explicitly referenced in the trial of Michael Robertson. It's pretty obviously his father-in-law. It's not a surprise considering the history of sexual abuse that runs in the family. Like, this man has, I guess, epigenetic memories of rape. He had to do it, you know?
So Hassan thinks that due to my father's criminal history,
Yeah,
to
interpret the joke entirely literally, taking the joke as an entirely literal statement that is a pure fact, and Hassan totally means as an actual statement of a fact that he genuinely is arguing.
Like, this man has, I guess, epigenetic memories of rape. He had to do it, you know?
So Hassan thinks that due to my father's criminal history, that now I'm also a rapist. Which, in my opinion, guys, a little bit insane.
No.
Insane.
To be clear, no. What Hassan? That's not even what Hassan's saying. Hassan's saying he thinks you're a rapist anyway, but that you couldn't control it because your father was also a rapist. That's what he's saying there. He's not saying you're a rapist. I know you're a rapist because your father's one. It's, I already knew you were a rapist. Now I know your father's a rapist too. It must be because you had no choice in this. It's a lineage thing. It's hereditary.
He just couldn't. He couldn't stop himself because it's just like, it's a familial obligation over here.
It's a familial obligation. Great things coming from Twitch's top streamer. I know. Is that not just so great?
Wow.
40,000 people. Hassan, I apologize.
What is wrong about... Dude, sorry, C-SPAN blasted that shit to a few million. That was national news, buddy. Your shit's on the congressional record. It's over. The whole world knows. The whole world can look this up, Tectone.
Truth about you, but drawing that comparison is a little bit odd, don't you think? Now, let's talk about me and my father's history. So... when I was a young boy, I came from a very, very, very poor family. I did. My mother never really treated me well, and I lived with just her. My parents were divorced before I was born, and I was named after my father's best friend because I was supposed to die at birth, John Robert Vines. So, hence my name, John Robert. So I lived with my mother until about 3rd grade, and, you know, something very bad happens to me. in this household, of which I don't feel like talking about. I don't feel like talking about it. And due to that thing...
Cuídenos! Spare me the fucking sob story, buddy. Well, see, I understand that I've been credibly accused of rape and abuse by two of my girlfriends. One girlfriend and one wife, I believe. A girlfriend and a wife have credibly accused me of rape and abuse. And my father was convicted on 14 counts of sexual harassment and assault. But what you've got to understand is, I grew up very poor, okay? I grew up very poor, and something happened to me as a kid that I'm just not going to talk about. Oh, I'm so sorry, Tectone. Oh, I'm so sorry. Dude, everyone, guys, this is so fucked up. This is so terrible. Guys, you couldn't stop, you grew up poor. Guys, you grew up poor. You don't understand. He grew up poor and something terrible happened to him as a kid. Hassan, stop bringing up the fact that his dad's a rapist whenever he mentions that he loves the vets and his dad's a vet. Okay? Stop bringing that up, Hassan.
Happening to me. Lawyers get involved. The court gets involved. And I now have a choice to either live with my mother and live with my father. Now, obviously, I was afraid of my mother at the time, so answering this question in front of a therapist and a lawyer and my mom and dad at the same time saying, well, son, who do you want to live with, is honestly a little bit scary. Well, anyways, my father was always good to me when I was a kid. He would bring me Beanie Babies back whenever he would come back from his deployment. He would buy me like a game console or something. It was nice. He was like the fun dad, right? He would take me out to go get McDonald's and this place called Paisanos, which is a pizza joint, and it was a good time. When I moved in with my dad, it was a very like hands-off relationship with me and my dad. He bought me and my brothers a separate apartment to live, while him and my stepmom lived in a separate apartment. So it was me, a 4th grader, and my 2 brothers who were in 8th and 10th grade living in an apartment while he lived in the other apartment. And me and my father never really interacted much. I played video games. He wanted me to do sports. He wanted me to do wrestling. But I didn't really want to do anything physical. So I just stayed at home. I played video games, and I was just considered the failure of the family. I was shit on by pretty much everybody, including my dad. I'm not gonna lie. And I'll be real, I was never really treated too good.
Wow.
Nothing really changed. Nothing really changed.
Why is he doing this, man? Because look at the response it gets from his retarded audience. They just eat it up. They just eat this shit up. Like, well, so true, Tectone. You had this so rough, Tectone. I don't even care about your dad's 14 convictions for sexual harassment and assault anymore. And your 2 credible accusations from a former girlfriend and wife. Thank you for the $4.99, Night Howl. Thank you with the Black Parade reference. Huge, epic Black Parade reference there. That's actually a great reminder that I should chill. Guys, 430 people watching right now, 91 likes on the stream. Sometimes 340 people haven't liked the stream just yet. Wouldn't mind, please, moving the cursor to thumbs up and clicking it, or pressing the thumbs up on the mobile device. That'd be hugely appreciated. Now, if you want to take your support one step further, you can donate directly through a stream elements link in the pin chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat. Buy a super chat, which will highlight a message and read it on TTS, or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or gift that we highlight in chat, and I'll subscribe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Thank you, Smith, for the $7.99. Hugely appreciate.
Bro is trying the Goodwill Hunting stray. You don't want to hear about my dad Rapon, Skylar.
Thank you. Thank you, Barflies, for the membership. Thank you. Also, guys, you can now watch on twitch.tv/Kuihman. You can now go to twitch.tv/Kuihman. We stream there every day when we are on YouTube. If you prefer watching there, you can. Also, guys, we're on a huge push right now for active involvement, okay? So make sure, guys, you have a Twitter account that you be posting on. You know, post like hell. Clip stuff, always be clipping. ABC, always be clipping. And post like hell. You got to be out there. You got to be active. You got to be in people's faces and known. Making noise, editorializing stuff, and putting views out there. Okay? Very important stuff. Very important that you are actively engaged in Twitter and Reddit and all communities, being just loud about your perspectives, okay?
Interacted much. I played video games. He wanted me to do sports. He wanted me to do wrestling. But I didn't really want to do anything physical, so I just stayed at home. I played video games, and I was just considered the failure of the family. I was shit on by pretty much everybody, including my dad. I'm not gonna And I'll be real, I was never really treated too good. And nothing really changed. Nothing really changed. Yeah. So things progress in my life. I'm kind of the black sheep of my family. And obviously I hear that, you know, fast forward to like 10th or 11th grade. Sorry, my memory's a little bit foggy because I don't, you know, this was 16, 17 years ago.
Thank you, Brazilian lad. Thank you. I'm going to speed this up. I just don't care about Tectone giving his whole fucking sob story. I'm going to be real.
Father becomes incredibly violent. And it was a very painful time in my life.
Okay, so he then beat you too? Okay.
My father has been accused of a crime. Yep, I hear that my father's accused of a crime. And obviously, even though my father never treated me too well.
So you're saying your dad was a sexual assaulter, sexual harasser who abused his subordinates in the army and beat his kid. Wow, cool.
Nobody ever really wants to believe that about their dad. Nobody ever really wants to believe that. What my father said happened was that he got sent a chainmail from his army buddies where there was a bunch of naked firefighters and it was a joke.
Right.
And he would show that to the people in his platoon. And he told me that he got convicted of sexual harassment and sexual assault because he would, well, I'm not going to lie, I'm just going to be real. Like, when you talk to my dad, he be grabbing you. I'm not going to fucking lie. And he doesn't do that anymore because I told him it's fucking weird as shit. But he would, like, grab your shoulder, he would grab your arm. And he said that's what he got convicted for. And he became incredibly angrier and more bitter at the world. And obviously he took some of the aggression out on me.
Wow, great.
2 days before he got sent to jail, I got back from soccer practice, which I joined because I wanted to make my dad proud. And I put an empty orange soda can.
So, Tectone, what you're saying is that 90 days in prison wasn't anywhere near enough. Is that what I'm hearing? 90 days in prison with no effect, no reflection on his military record or in his pension or healthcare or anything? You're saying that was nowhere near enough because this guy was a complete piece of shit. That's what I'm hearing right now.
On top of my trash can. And my father threw me to the ground and put a gun against my head. And he said, "Give me a good reason not to shoot you."
Dude, what?
And my brother Mike intervened and he got me out of that situation. And once my father got sent to prison,
so nowhere near long enough.
I was just a little bit uncomfortable with my life. And so my brother encouraged me to get as far away from this family as humanly possible. Now, obviously, this isn't really anything that I just really want to talk about on stream. However, a really great Twitch streamer is just making me relive my childhood trauma because all of this.
He was bringing his dad up. He's literally constantly bringing his fucking dad up to get in arguments. As a point in arguments, as a fucking debate point. Too bad, buddy. You're making you relive your fucking trauma. Stop bringing your fucking dad up to try and win arguments, retard.
Which is great. Really fun.
What a poor fucking victim. Dude, I wish Hassan was half as cool as these people make him out to be. Hassan's just terrorizing Tectone with his childhood trauma, posing with Hitlerite Holocaust swords. Like, who is the guy that they think, who do they think they're like watching? Who do they think is this Twitch streamer? I wish he was this fucking cool.
I hated my father. I did. I hated him because he never told me that he was proud of me. He always made me feel like a failure. And to be honest, he was quite abusive. Looking into what I heard that he was convicted of, which I never did.
Right.
I guess 15 years after the fact.
Except he was talking, again,
painful.
I gotta keep replaying it, because he was talking so cocky before all this. He's saying now that he never looked into it. Does this sound like someone who's never looked into it?
You could do it. Your father went to jail for the same rape shit. Oh, really? Wait, tell me more, man. Tell me more. What else? Who'd my dad rape? Oh, by the way, Genesis St. I deal with people like this on a daily basis, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yep. Who? 5 women in the military accuse your father of rape. Really? That's crazy. You think so? What else? You want to talk about my dead granddad too? That's the part where we usually go. We usually go from the dad and then we bring up the dead grandfather. Do we want to talk about my grandfather too or no? That's why he went to jail discussing vote. Really, man? That's interesting. How do you know so much? How are you so all-knowing, man? Tell me more things that I don't know.
We're supposed to believe he never looked into it.
It is. It's quite painful. Anyways, fast forward a little bit. After I was homeless for a tad, I decided I need to get out of the United States and take my brother.
Yeah, Deep. That's absolutely 100% correct. He was 100% trying to call a bluff here. And when the A-log said 5 women in the military, he got dazed. Just scrambling. Yeah, 100%.
My brother's advice. And get away from my family. I go to Canada for 8, 9 years. I met a girl off of League of Legends. And I don't really talk to my family at all. I would DM them about how sometimes I had no money to where I couldn't even afford to eat. And it got met with laughter. So I really just gave up on my family again. If you guys know me, I'm not really a guy to give up on people who are poor to me. This is a bad trait that I have.
I just care too much.
You guys understand.
I just care too much. I'm cursed with caring too much about everyone.
Treat me well. And I struggle with understanding what a legitimate friendship, what a legitimate relationship is today. And I have a common trend of the people who I care about and take care of the most are the ones who hurt me the most. I get an offer to join OTK. I come back to Texas. And my father lives around 3 hours away from where I'm moving. My father's followed me my entire career. And he decided that he wanted to reconnect. I was hesitant. But he told me.
Dude, wow.
He told me that he has cancer. And he doesn't think that he has much time left.
Wow.
And so, due to that, which was about 3 or so years ago, I take him back into my life. And it was pretty
okay.
Bumpy. It's pretty bumpy.
Is any of that, any of those veterans benefits helping pay for that treatment? Any of the veterans benefits helping pay for that treatment? Any of that keeping them going right now? Just interested. Just interested.
We maybe talked about once every 3 or 4 months or so.
No. You're totally wrong, Ghost Balls. He does get those benefits despite being convicted of 14 counts. They said that it was all unaffected, right? In that video. That's what they say in the congressional hearing or whatever. They say that he got like 90 days in prison and no effect to his military benefits or...
Some food. My father wasn't particularly fond of my ex-wife, so we would never really interact that much when she was around.
Yeah, I got to keep rank, benefits, decorations, everything, yep.
As I'm going through my divorce, he's there for me more than any other human being in my life has ever been there for me. And at that point, I really felt like I finally had a dad.
Yeah, actually, this does mirror Frogan injecting himself into things and then crying about the backlash. Very similar to Frogan.
And so our relationship started to get better. And we would meet up on maybe every 2 months, maybe 1 month, and to get some food from our favorite sushi place or our favorite pizza place. Fast forward, a little bit longer. We call maybe like every 3 days. My father's met my new girlfriend and has been nothing but sweet to her. And I appreciate that. And about 2 to 3 weeks ago, I downloaded Pokemon Go because he's played it every day since launch.
Okay. Wow.
So that way we have an opportunity to spend some time together. But fast forward to now and kind of getting the full picture on what my father has done. It's kind of a lot emotionally to take in.
No, I feel I have to keep going back. I have to keep going back.
You can do it. Your father went to jail for the same rape shit. Oh, really? Wait, tell me more, man. Tell me more.
No, I can't hammer home how crazy this is. How crazy obvious the victim play is right now. I just didn't even know that my dad was a rapist. Just someone saying it was the first time I heard anything about this.
Who'd my dad rape? Oh, by the way, Genesis St. I deal with people like this on a daily basis, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yep. Who? 5 women in the military accuse your father of rape. Really? That's crazy. You think so? What else? You want to talk about my dead granddad too? That's the part where we usually go.
What the grandpa do?
We usually
Please
go from the
tell us.
dad and then we bring up the dead grandfather. Do we want to talk about my grandfather too or no? That's why he went to jail discussing vote. Really, man? That's interesting. How do you know so much? How are you so all-knowing, man? Tell me more things that I don't know.
Tell me more things that I don't know. So that sounds sarcastic to me. Sounds like he's being sarcastic there, saying, tell me more things I don't know. Like, obviously I already know this. Interesting.
I don't really know. I don't really know how to feel about it. I obviously feel awful.
Wait, Hassan's doing the content nuke reaction at the moment as well? What?
And so I suppose, due to this all being resurfaced by Hassan, I suppose I will no longer be interacting with my father in any way, shape, or form on my stream or my content. The past 24 hours have been very shocking. It has been very alarming. And I don't really know what to think.
I can't play the clip again, but how absurd this is. Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Due to what my father was convicted for, which really hurts to say.
The fucking whimpering. The fucking whimpering.
As a monster. And I'm just having a hard time wrapping my head around.
His dad was convicted for 14 counts of sexual harassment and assault on his military subordinates.
All this.
With no effect to his record of military benefits. 90 days served.
Sleep much last night. I honestly didn't want to believe it last night. And I don't really know what to think. But I think the fact that Hassan wants to imply that I'm a monster based off of who my father is disgusting.
Stop bringing him up then, you fucking idiot. How about don't bring him up?
You can't choose who your family is. You can't control.
My dad was in the military. I care about the troops. My dad was in the military. Me reaping, me sowing, me reaping. Me sowing, me reaping.
What they've done. And to imply
Oh, God.
that I'm a rapist? After I myself have been raped twice?
Wait, what?
That I'm a rapist? After I myself have been raped twice?
What?
Based on what my father has done? It's just a little bit crazy.
Tectone. Oh, details? Hello?
Hey, chatter, did you hear the news? It's rape review.
I need the details. I need the info.
It's just a little bit crazy. Man, I just blew my nose into an $80 t-shirt, bro. Holy fuck, thank God I got Twitch money. Oh, Jesus. Well, that was a conversation. I never thought.
Yeah, you're literally retarded if you feel bad for him right now. He's just throwing out, I got raped twice as a Hail Mary with no substantiation. He's just throwing it out because there are two women credibly accusing him of rape, and his dad has been convicted of 14 counts. Okay, I think one of them is accusing him of rape, one of them is abuse. I think they might even both have rape claims or some kind of sexual assault claim. Either way. And his dad has been convicted on 14 counts of sexual harassment and assault. He's just throwing out as like, so stop calling me and my dad rapists. I've been raped. It's just like, it's you shouldn't feel bad for him at all. It is like, regardless of whether it's true, he's using it in a disgusting, manipulative way.
What I would have with my audience. I don't really know.
Trying to grasp the statistical improbability that literally every single YouTuber when they get into unwinnable drama suddenly says I was raped. One might say it's unbelievable.
Thank you for the $10 kilo. Huge appreciate it. Thank you.
What that has to do with me. But I guess here we are. I understand.
Yo, thank you for the raid, Sleepy. Thank you. Thank you for the raid.
I understand now why so many people are afraid of this guy. Because he will dig up decades-old information.
Dude, everyone's afraid of Hassan. Who's afraid of Hassan? Dude, what? Dude. Yeah, he might have talked about it before. I'm saying that he's not substantiating it here. And he's bringing it up. It's obviously not brought up as a genuine expression of... Guys, I feel really bad about... Like, if you just talk about your rape, that's one thing. You can talk about your rape that's, like, happened at some point offline with no substantiation if you want to do that. But the moment you're bringing it up as, like, a defense point in a drama, that's, like, wretched, it's disgusting, and you need to show something as well. Oh, sure. I'm not necessarily gonna review it. I was just joking about the fact that we have a random rape brought up all of a sudden. I don't actually care about reviewing the details of his rape. I was gonna reply to something else in chat. Dude, who is scared of Hassan? This is like delusional. He's not talking about the A-logger, no.
But I guess here we are. I understand. No, I understand now why so many people are afraid of this guy. Because he will dig up
Nobody is afraid of Hassan.
decades-old
You are
information,
smoking crack.
twist, and manipulate, and lie about every single narrative.
How did he twist, manipulate, or lie? Wait, Hassan was right about this. Your dad was convicted on 14 counts of sexual harassment and assault against his military subordinates. Where's the lie?
Try to get a big W. Great. So, Anybody have any questions? Sue him?
Yeah, he's going to do that any moment.
can't
Was it
believe
you
how
saying
shitty
that he was
someone-
going to sue his exes for defamation too? Where's that? Where's that? Where are those court filings? Where's that?
Can be. Fuck Hassan.
I'm still going to talk to my father off stream. I don't know how much time he's got left. I understand he's done very horrible things.
Dude, this is
but
so
I don't
crazy
really
as
know
well.
what to
Imagine
do.
you're disavowing your dad for stream as well. This is just fucking crazy. Like, what? Why do all the... This is the easiest way. I probably shouldn't have brought my dad up to win arguments. I understand he's done some bad stuff, but he's still my dad. You guys can have whatever opinions you want about him. I'm not gonna fight that. But obviously, he's my dad. I didn't really... So I wasn't really thinking too clearly about all that stuff. I just think, you know how it is. And then leave it. But no, he's done this whole desperate bitch sympathy play. And then he's gone, oh, I'm disavowing my dad. I'm disavowing my dad. Like, dude. So embarrassing. It's so pathetic. You're like, turning on your family because of internet backlash. And disavowing them on stream because of internet backlash. Instead of just going, yeah, I probably shouldn't have brought them up at the end of the day, they're family. Sorry, I won't bring them up again. Dude.
No, it's my dad, and I don't really know what to do. But he'll no longer be a part of my content in any way, shape, or form.
It's Spinal. People are doing the same thing now. People are still going to do the same thing right now. The only point of this is to desperately grasp for sympathy. You should do the right thing, is the point, Spinal. You should do the right thing and be honest.
I guess I get it. I guess why so many people in Austin pretend to
But
be his
all you're
family
saying is that he
because they're
betrayed his family for nothing here. That's all you're saying
fucking
right now.
horrified of him. And now I think I've understood.
The right thing, I just described to you the right thing, Spinal. If you want to rewind the stream 1 minute, you'll hear me. Just say exactly the statement Tectone should have given. And I could just moved on from this immediately. I actually just gave you that. Just a moment ago. So rewind the stream, catch up. And you'll
Why
you'll be
there is such a vitriolic hatred for this man. And that is Twitch. That's Twitch's favorite streamer. Now, if anybody thought I was going to stop being live or stop continuing my current type of content due to the wrongdoings of one man, no. To be honest, I actually feel a lot better now after that cry. That was great. Sorry you guys had to see me be a pussy. Sorry about that. Yeah. I'm going to just keep farming the fuck out of him.
Yeah?
To be honest.
You're farming him right now. Is
I
that
don't give a fuck.
Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah, straight up. I'm good. Yeah, it is what it is. There's not really anything he can say to deter me whatsoever, to be completely fucking honest. Yeah, I think the guy's an absolute piece of shit. Do I think he's in the wrong for what he said about my dad? No, not really. I mean, at the end of the day, those are fucking public court documents. But try to tie me to that because of who my dad is, bro, you're retarded. You're
No,
just
all of a
fucking dumb.
sudden, now he's back on the attack. Now he's back on the attack. The tears were so real, guys.
You know what I mean? Like this whole apple doesn't fall far from the tree shit. Go fuck yourself, dude. We all know the great guy your dad was. Thankfully, I have a little bit of class to actually not talk about that. What a fucking joke. Anyways, we're going to be having a podcast with Dan Saltman later, which I bet is going to be so great. We have a great podcast with Dan Saltman and Nux Taku. That will be happening in 53 minutes. Hassan's favorite streamers. And it's going to be great. Yep. It's going to be great. You should get Destiny. Well, here's the thing. Destiny hates everybody. What are you going to talk about? Man, I wonder. But Dan is obviously banned off of Twitch, so we will be having a YouTube exclusive stream for.
Oh, bro. Well, that was awesome stuff. I gotta say, that was really awesome. Let's pull up Hassan talk about this as well. Okay. Or is there a YouTube video of this yet? No, there's no Hassan fan channels clippings yet. Okay, we'll just watch it through Hassan.
How this starts, and of course, Tectone has to fucking repeat whatever Asman.
Okay. Yeah, let's watch him here.
In any case, I wouldn't even know the term virtue signaling exists if it weren't for the same shows.
So it makes his head look even tinier. This is I totally disagree. I think this looks fine. It's the coat that makes his head look really tiny. You know that big coat that's got the two like flaps on the shoulders that are like buttoned to towards the neck. It has like a shawl around the shoulders almost. That one makes it like his shoulders look so broad and his head looks so just tiny in the middle.
Over anything, not fully throating Israel. I know.
Yeah,
and the irony here is that I don't think these guys actually give a fuck about Israel. They're just using Israel as a weapon to undermine their political opponents, or just like to get rid of an annoying nuisance on the platform that constantly calls them out for being ridiculous, right? That's it. That is precisely the point here.
For 2 seconds, okay?
You think
So
fucking
if
Asmongold
someone
gives
says
a
retarded
shit
shit,
about
I'm
Israel,
not
get out of here, dude. He literally, I'm 99% sure the Holocaust happened. Like, he doesn't fucking care about any of this stuff. He's just like repeating whatever he thinks is going to gain him prominence, right? So anyway, this is how this starts. And of course, Tectone has to fucking repeat whatever Asmongold is saying. And he says, I'm genuinely considering full swapping to YouTube if this terrorist propaganda isn't punished harshly and immediately on Twitch. And of course, Tectone is not exactly a beloved figure at all. I mean, he's the one type of dude that, like, when he shits on me, people will have to find themselves on my side. Even if they are normally in opposition to me, they're like, okay, well, Tectone is the one guy that we'll get on board with. So he says, I'm genuinely considering full swapping to YouTube if this terrorist propaganda isn't punished harshly and immediately on Twitch. My father, my brothers, and our soldiers did not bleed, sacrifice, and die for this bullshit to be allowed and promoted on Twitch. This needs to change immediately. Now, there's a couple different ironic moments here. One, nobody really likes Tectone, which is why I said, oh no, what will anyone do if the bald pervert leaves the Twitch platform for good? Okay, that's number one. I went with the easiest route here. Number two, the notion that, like, my fathers, my brothers, and our soldiers didn't bleed and sacrifice to die for this bullshit. No, that is literally the lie that they used to tell all the time. I thought we had to go to Afghanistan and go to Iraq and, like, invade and kill millions of fucking people and displace tens of millions because of free speech. So you're wrong on every point here. You're fundamentally wrong. I thought it was because of the First Amendment, because we were protecting the first, right? I'm back. I thought that's why we had to kill some fucking goat herders in Afghanistan, right? And defend the poppy fields so that America could have free speech. That's what I was taught. So I guess not.
Is there anything dumb? Is there anything to rewind for, or is this all good?
And because he brought his dad into the conversation, using him as like a talking point, I didn't know who the fuck his dad was. I didn't know his dad was a veteran. I don't even know Tectone like that. But I did know that he got he got booted out of OTK because he had credible sexual assault allegations launched against him from his former partners. So I did know that. And even then I was gracious enough not to, like, use that. I just called him a bald pervert, right? Turns out his dad, also a bald pervert. I didn't know. How am I supposed to know? It's not my fault. Turns out his dad not only is...
Wait, someone from OTK has credible allegations of sexual assault? No way. Ain't no way.
Bald pervert. But he's like a famous bald pervert. Okay? Everybody started talking about how, like, Tectone, why'd you bring your dad and his service into this? Because it's not like his record is untarnished. And I was like, what's this? Turns out his dad literally was responsible for so many sexual assaults that the military actually took action against him.
Kinda.
Even though he is a high-ranking colonel. Colonel Iron Mike. Okay? His dad, and let me tell you something, okay? If you know anything, and I've covered this stuff a lot, if you know anything about the American military rarely ever addresses rape or sexual assault. They are notoriously bad at this. There is a major problem with sexual assault and rape in the military, and the American military doesn't really like to cover it that much. They actually, one could say, cover it up, right? Major issue within the United States military. So it's incredibly rare, especially when you have a high-ranking military member, a colonel who is a Vietnam veteran that is outed and actually prosecuted and goes to jail for doing any kind of sex pest behavior, sexual assault, rape, whatever, right? And his dad was apparently such a serial sexual assaulter, and I didn't know any of this shit, that he became a precedent-setting case. So much so that it turns out, just like Tectone, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. His dad was a 5-star pervert, okay? 4-star pervert. Yeah, your military colonel getting caught up for sexual assault is like a CEO getting fired for worker exploitation. Exactly. It's just like, it's ridiculous. So anyway, I covered that, laughing, joking about it, whatever, right? And he responds and says, bro is going after my 75-year-old cancer-ridden dad because of an alleged sexual harassment claim from 17 years ago when I was 15 years old to try to paint me as a rapist. This guy is fucking psychotic. He must be upset because his best friend is on trial right now. And I didn't even understand what he was talking about, but apparently when he meant best friend, I think he was talking about Diddy or something. Like he's trying to say P. Diddy's my best friend. I think that's what it is. I don't know. He's very stupid. So I don't really know what he was trying to imply there. I said, they got your dad's sex crimes in the congressional record, man. Why are you still chirping?
Okay, so we saw this bit.
Like, he is a horrible dude. Like, on the day. Right wingers at this point, especially online, don't have any real discernible politics. They don't have any real tangible issues that they care about. It's all reactionary associations. So it's more so about fighting the good fight against someone that they are annoyed by. And that person is me, because I'm seen as like the beacon of leftist politics for some reason. And that's it. So for these guys, like, he could literally just like kill a child on the street and then turn around and be like, Hassan hates that I killed this child, guys. Everyone will be like, all right, never mind. Actually, it's good that you killed this child, you know?
Really know how to feel about it. I obviously feel awful.
Oh, yeah, true. Guys, great time to chill, actually. Great time for me to chill. 436 people watching right now. 300, sorry. There's about 330 people who haven't liked the stream just now. Some of those people wouldn't mind, please, moving their cursor to the thumbs up and clicking it. Pressing the thumbs up on the mobile device, that'd be hugely appreciated. Now, if you want to take your support one step further, you can donate directly through a stream elements link in the pinned chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat. Buy a super chat, which will highlight your message and read that on TTS, or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that we highlight in chat. I'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. You can also now watch on twitch.tv/Kuihman, if you so choose, which is a great way to watch. Awesome way to watch the stream every day, because we multi-stream there. Also, guys, heavily pushing active participation. Okay, ABC, always be clipping, and post like hell. Okay, guys? So download whatever clipping software you need to be clipping, posting on Twitter, talking about streams, be actively engaged in discourse and discussion, in content, ABC, and post like hell. Okay, I know you will post peacefully. I know you will post peacefully, but post like hell. Also, second channel, youtube.com/NegaQuihman. Check that out, guys. There's really awesome stuff over there. Really awesome politics stuff over there, mainly.
I have this vibe that really,
so I suppose,
really outs the horrible people. I just, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Brother, you were too kind for your own good. This guy spent months harassing Frogan. I don't give a fuck.
Reddit posting is good, but ideally, you post on multiple platforms. You do like a tweet. You put it as a tweet, and then you put that tweet on Reddit with a title.
About his fake tears. Imagine being so hated that LSF sides with Hassan over you. Yeah, that's true.
I suppose, due to this all being resurfaced by Hassan, I suppose I will no longer
14 counts? Yeah, your dad's a veteran, all right. Okay, dude.
Be interacting with my father in any way, shape, or form.
I am active on Twitter, twitter.com/Kuihman.
On my stream or my content.
Or x.com/Kuihman, I guess.
I don't get it. He
Both
literally had his dad on the stream 2 months ago. What the fuck? Like and the only reason why I know this, once again, don't watch Tectone clips at all. But the only reason why I know this is because apparently he had his dad on to literally talk shit about me.
Yeah, we watched that clip. We watched that clip.
Fuck Hassan. That's what he was saying.
We watched that clip.
Now, this isn't something that's resurfaced, bro. You brought it up. You were like, yo, my daddy didn't sexually assault those women so that Hassan could exercise his First Amendment rights in the most inconsistent position you could ever arrive at. You know what I mean? Like, how did I do this? I wasn't even in the United States of America when his dad was doing this shit. How the fuck am I responsible, man?
Okay.
How does his dad, does his dad know who you are? I don't know. Anyway, he was, brother, man, his dad was reading the chat. That's it. He wasn't shitting on you. Brother, he knew about his dad and he was still fucking having his dad on the stream regardless. What are you talking about? Like, him reading the chat doesn't matter. But that's the clip I saw. But here, this is from 2 months ago. Tectone talking about his father's sexual assaults before there was proof versus after he was exposed.
Your father went to jail for the same rape shit. Oh, really? Wait, tell me more, man. Tell me more. What else?
Funny tweet about it. This is the most 4K this you archival footage from a congressional hearing. Yeah.
Who'd my dad rape? Oh, by the way, Genesis Santos, I deal with people like this on a daily basis, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yep. Who? 5 women in the military accuse your father of rape. Really?
It's public info.
That's crazy. You think so? What else?
Chat spamming pussy libtard, mod saying proof.
I can't. I need to explain something here. Like, he's over here defending his dad, which, you know, like, I get it. That's your dad, right? It's not the best thing to do. I mean,
Son's so gracious, guys. He's so gracious.
Yeah, blood is thicker than water, but like, this is the type of thing where you're like, okay, that's indefensible. You know what I mean? But even then, it's like the only reason why it's being brought up to him right here 2 months ago, apparently, is because he was exposed for sexual assault. Like, he has sexual assault allegations against him from his previous relationship. Like, he got fired from OTK for that reason. And that's why someone was actually bringing up his dad.
Unless someone knows something behind the scenes, I don't think it was ever explicitly for that reason.
You want to talk about my dead granddad too? That's the part where we usually go.
Wait, what? What did his grandfather do? What the hell's going on?
We usually go from the dad and then we bring up the dead grandfather. Do we want to talk about my grandfather too or no? That's why he went to jail discussing vote. Really, man? That's interesting. How do you know so much?
Wait, it was in the congressional record, man. I don't understand. It was in the congressional record. Like, what is happening? What is going? It's like, it's not just the public record, okay? This was a unique case considering how high level ranked his dad was, considering how prevalent this kind of stuff is in the United States military. What does this mean? I can understand attacking old sexual creep-ridden cancer veteran, but calling his son a bald is a step too far. So I don't get it. Like, so Asmongold is attacking me for this? Like, how is this my fucking fault? People will be like, bro, you don't take accountability for anything. It's like, what about these motherfuckers? I didn't do none of this.
Okay, you're literally deflecting in the process of saying that, though. You don't take accountability for anything. What about these guys? That's literally... You're deflecting the idea of taking accountability there. That's kind of... It's pretty crazy.
What do you think? You think I'm the one? What am I the one who hypnotized his dad into doing what he did? Am I the one who petitioned, I don't know, the representative from California 12th District, Jackie Spire, from putting into the congressional record and in the U.S. House of
Yeah,
Representatives.
he's got a bolo tie on.
A major issue using Tectone's father as a problem within the American military. Like, I didn't do none of this. Republicans always do the same thing, okay? Conservatives do this all the time. They go, dude, you know what's worse than racism? You calling it out. You know what's worse than doing sexual assaults and going to jail for it? Calling it out. Why would you point attention to it? And it's like, I didn't even know this shit. You're the one who brought it up. You're the one who brought your dad into the conversation to try to get me fucking banned. You brought your sexual assaulter dad into the fucking convo to be like, you gotta get banned. My dad didn't sexually assault those women in the military so that Hassan could exercise his First Amendment rights. And it's like, all right. Like, what do you want me to do? I didn't know what the fuck your dad was up to. This time next week, he's going to be tweeting some Christ is King shit, calling it now. I could see that.
How are you so all-knowing, man?
How is it Frogan who brought his dad up? He brought his dad up. He was tweeting about his dad. He brought his dad on his stream.
Tell me more things that I don't know.
Why does everyone who always hates you end up being the biggest creeps? I think it's a target-rich environment online for creepers. Like, that's just the case, right? The internet is already densely populated with this kind of stuff, right? So I think a lot of people find themselves on the right, on the right-wing politics side, especially when they're just like not exactly great people.
Sure, Spinal, would you like to give me an example of when you feel like Hassan didn't respect First Amendment rights? Could you give me an example of that? We just sit here and wait, Spinal. It's okay. You can think this one through. I'd have to go looking for a while. Right. So when you say, I hate how he keeps using the phrase exercise his First Amendment rights when he doesn't actually care about the First Amendment, you don't actually know whether Hassan cares about the First Amendment or not. You're gesturing to a perceived hypocrisy that you think lefties have because you've got a vibe, a bias from content you've seen before that isn't necessarily relevant to Hassan. And you're using that to undercut a completely legitimate point he's making. Yeah, perceived. Because it is only perceived because you don't have evidence for it. Because like you just admitted, you'd have to go look for it.
And because a lot of people's like political framework online especially is so drama focused, and it's not about like issues at all, because it's so drama obsessed, it's so drama focused that like they have
his ideal framework, he just doesn't want First Amendment protections to exist. In Hassan's ideal framework, there actually wouldn't be a state. Like, there's no point in Hassan's ideal framework is fucking luxury space gay communism or whatever the fuck.
presented me as a beacon for progressive politics, for woke, right? For all things woke. And attacking me means like, this is my position. I'm attacking this fucking guy who's woke and he sucks. And it's really stupid because I'm just one fucking person. You know what I mean? I'm not the beacon of left-wing morality. I am not like communist Jesus or anything like that. I'm just...
Yeah, Hassan said that if there was a socialist revolution or something, they would probably have to put people in re-education camps or something, put capitalists in re-education camps or something so that they can integrate. He said some shit like that.
Just a fucking political content creator, you know? What's funny, this info got out the same day he made a video about you. Yeah. It's just odd. It's odd that, like, these guys think that they can just, like, pull the fuck Hassan ripcord and just move on, you know? I bring a vibe to content creation that creeps and narcissists really don't fuck with. Exactly. I think he genuinely didn't know that info until you posted about it, despite being public record. I genuinely think he's too stupid for this theory to be true. You think so? You think he actually didn't know? Anyway. So yeah, apparently now Asmongold's like talking about how he's crying as well.
I really don't think he knew his dad was convicted. He shouldn't have brought him on stream, even with Legion allegations, but for it, don't think he knew. No, he absolutely knew. This clip is just too much.
You could do it.
Wait, no, he obviously knew his dad was convicted. What are you smoking? It's about whether he knew the details of the case,
went
right?
to jail for the same rape shit. Oh, really? Wait, tell me more, man. Tell me more. What else? Who'd my dad rape? Oh, by the way, Jonas at St. Thomas, I deal with people like this on a daily basis, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yep. Who? 5 women in the military accuse your father of rape.
This is 2 months ago, by the way. This is 2 months ago.
5 women in the military accuse your father of rape. Really? That's crazy. You think so? What else? You want to talk about my dead granddad too? That's the part where we usually go. We usually go from the dad and then we bring up the dead grandfather. Do we want to talk about my grandfather too or no? That's why he went to jail discussing vote. Really, man? That's interesting. How do you know so much? How are you so all-knowing, man?
Really, how do you know so much? How are you so all-knowing? Like, this sarcastic fucking attitude, he knew.
Well, I'm pretty sure he knew, man. Pretty sure he knew. I think he didn't know how public it was. I mean, he went to jail. Why does he think his dad went to jail when he was 15? For, like, no reason? Like, he went to jail for 90 days. How long will we be accepting donations for? 9 months ago?
People cry about fucking grooming gang sentences in the UK. Then you're in America giving fucking military commanding officers that are literally repeatedly sexually assaulting their subordinates. Fucking 90 days in prison, no effect on their record or benefits. Absolutely crazy.
What is this? My father was diagnosed with cancer 2 weeks ago. He's my best friend and been my role model my whole life. I'm attempting to stay strong and keep it together, but this is very hard to remain consistent. I mean, listen, cancer fucking sucks, okay? And I hope his dad recovers. Like, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not shitting on that at all. Don't
charges.
Say like,
there were 14 counts of sexual harassment and assault that varied from getting co-workers to watch pornography with him, groping co-workers, all sorts of shit. Basically fucking telling female subordinates that he needed to like fucking massage and grope them to raise their morale and all this shit.
Well, for that, you know what I mean? He's a 75-year-old dude. Okay, yeah, he was a freak in his military career. We don't know what he's been up to. You know, we don't know what he's been up to. We don't know what he's been up to. I don't fucking know. Wait, my dad's the fucking man. I know he'll beat this, but it is scary. I love you, Dad, very much, and thank you for being there when I needed you. Yeah, there's no reason to go through this. I thought you were going to say, like, this was going to talk about his record or something. All right.
So gracious, so merciful.
What
an awesome guy.
I know reasons. You know this. He's a fucking monster.
He didn't rub it in at all.
Belligerent occupying ship. As you guys put it on my radar. You know what I mean? This motherfucker, dude, let's get started.
Democrat.
Wow.